So while the Quad countries will say very much that the Quad itself was not designed to be against a country, if China had not been acting assertively in the region in ways that was challenging the rules and the laws and the norms in the region that had maintained stability in the region, if China had not been acting this way, you would not necessarily have seen the need for the Quad to come together. So you do see certain Chinese behaviors that did result in each of these countries developing concerns about Chinese actions to a point that they decided to revive the Quad in 2017. What was significant in 2017 is each of the four Quad countries were themselves under pressure by China, detected China putting pressure through some of its actions, not through its rise, but through certain behaviors that were seen as assertive or aggressive, where these four countries decided they needed to come together, discuss their perceptions of China, but discuss more than that, what it was doing to stability in the region, what it was doing to regional security in the Indo-Pacific, and try to come together to find ways to defend that rules-based order, to help shape additional rules that needed to be created, help countries in the region that are not Quad members. These countries decided the Quad countries decided they needed to help them develop the ability to defend their own interests, as well as contribute to defending rules in the region. And it is true that Chinese behaviors, whether it was territorially, whether it was on the waters, whether it was in the economic domain, did help spur the Quad into kind of reviving itself after a decade of being in abeyance. The Quad is not just a grouping designed to respond to crises, though that is one of its functions. The idea is for these four countries to be able to consult, to coordinate, and even cooperate their activities across a range of functions. So some of this involves ensuring maritime security in the spaces, in the naval spaces, the oceanic spaces that they operate in. Some of it involves having discussions about the rules-based order in the Indo-Pacific region. Rules that involve everything from freedom of navigation to respecting countries' rights to choose, their freedom to choose their partners, their foreign policies, as well as, for example, to offer for these countries to offer solutions to regional problems. So, for instance, the Quadrilateral, as the COVID pandemic was raging, came together as these four countries that had the capabilities to do so, with the US and Japan offering financing, the US also offering the intellectual property that lies behind vaccines. And they brought those together with the Indian ability to produce the vaccines on large scale, as well as Australia's ability to deploy those vaccines. And so these four countries came together in a Quad vaccine initiative that brought together financing, production capacity, and distribution capacity to provide over 1 billion doses of vaccines to Southeast Asia, as well as the broader Indo-Pacific.